When it comes to BTS, every public appearance becomes a global event. In September 2025, Jungkook, the youngest member of the world's biggest boy band, once again drew massive attention when he appeared at the airport. But this time, what caught the spotlight wasn't just his presence or his charisma, but an incident that sparked widespread debate about the limits of media conduct and the right to personal boundaries. As Jungkook walked through the airport, cameras flashed endlessly, and reporters jostled for his attention. Among the sea of questions, one voice rose above. A reporter bluntly asked Jungkook about his recent weight loss. The question was not only unexpected but also considered intrusive by many. Jungkook, known for his polite demeanor, chose not to reply verbally. Instead, he gave a clear nonverbal response, crossing his arms in front of his chest to form an X. The gesture was firm, quick, and unambiguous. In that moment, the singer delivered a powerful rejection of the inappropriate question without saying a single word. Within hours, videos of the exchange spread like wildfire across X, formerly Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and other platforms. ARMY, BTS's devoted fandom, rallied behind Jungkook, condemning the reporter's behavior and praising the idol's poised reaction. The online reaction was immediate and fierce. Fans around the world trended hashtags such as #RespectJungkook and #ProtectOurIdols to highlight their frustration with the lack of sensitivity displayed by certain reporters. Reporters must understand that Jungkook is more than an entertainer. He's a person with feelings and health questions that are deeply personal, wrote one fan. Another echoed, "Weight and body image are not fair game for public interrogation." Jungkook handled it like a true professional. Many fans also pointed out that the incident reflects a broader issue within celebrity culture, the constant scrutiny idols face regarding their appearance. This, they argued, creates unnecessary pressure and fosters unhealthy standards in the entertainment industry. The backlash against the reporter quickly turned into a larger conversation about media ethics. Entertainment journalists, especially in South Korea, often work in high-pressure environments where competition for exclusives and viral clips can push them toward invasive questions. But incidents like this highlight the urgent need for boundaries. Several media analysts weighed in on the controversy. Cultural critic Lee Ji-hyun noted, "What Jungkook experienced at the airport is symptomatic of a bigger problem. Celebrities are expected to be accessible at all times, but there must be a line between professional inquiry and personal intrusion." Similarly, international media outlets picked up the story, comparing it to past instances where stars were asked inappropriate questions. Publications in the US and Europe highlighted Jungkook's mature response as a lesson in how celebrities can silently protest against media overreach. This isn't the first time Jungkook has demonstrated quiet strength in the face of uncomfortable situations. Throughout his career, he has been admired for his ability to communicate volumes without needing words. His September 2025 airport moment reinforced his image as someone who values dignity and composure above all. Fans celebrated his ability to set boundaries, calling his gesture legendary. One ARMY wrote, "That one X said more than 1,000 words." Jungkook reminded everyone that even the biggest stars deserve respect. So far, HYB, BTS's label, has not issued a formal statement regarding the incident. However, fans are urging the company to step in and create clearer protocols for handling media interactions, especially in public spaces like airports. Some fans even suggested designated press areas to prevent chaotic scrambles that often lead to uncomfortable exchanges. Industry insiders also suggested that this could become a turning point in how agencies handle celebrity press exposure. With BTS members completing military service and preparing for group activities again, the spotlight on them will only grow. Many believe now is the time to set stronger boundaries. Beyond defending Jungkook, ARMY used the incident to highlight a broader message: respect for idols as human beings. The fandom has long been vocal about mental health, personal boundaries, and ethical media practices. In this case, Their unified outcry served not only as protection for Jungkook, but also as a reminder that fans are watching closely and will hold the press accountable. As one fan succinctly put it, "We love Jungkook not just as an artist, but as a person. He deserves respect, privacy, and dignity, always." Despite the negativity of the incident, Jungkook himself seemed unshaken. After ejecting the inappropriate question, he went on to smile at fans, wave warmly, and continue with his journey. His professionalism and maturity once again set him apart, proving why he remains one of the most admired figures in global pop culture. The September 2025 incident may fade from headlines, but its impact will likely linger. It has reignited debates about media responsibility, underscored the need for stricter boundaries, and reminded the world of Jungkook's quiet but powerful way of asserting himself. In the end, what remains clear is this: Jungkook continues to lead not only with his music but with his grace, showing the world that sometimes silence, paired with strength, speaks the loudest. What began as a tense airport exchange in Seoul quickly escalated into a global conversation. Within hours, international outlets such as Billboard, Rolling Stone, and Enemy picked up the story, running headlines about Jungkook's dignified response to an inappropriate question. News agencies in Japan, the United States, and Europe echoed the sentiments of ARMY, criticizing the reporter's lack of sensitivity. Social media analytics showed that within 24 hours, hashtags related to the incident had generated over 2 million mentions worldwide. Clips of Jungkook's silent X gesture were viewed tens of millions of times across TikTok and Instagram, transforming a fleeting moment into a viral cultural symbol for many. The gesture became more than just a rejection of one question. It was a statement against the systemic mistreatment of celebrities, especially in the K-pop industry. Cultural experts noted that Jungkook's use of a simple nonverbal gesture was particularly powerful. In South Korean culture, crossing the arms in an X is commonly understood as a sign of refusal or disapproval. By using it publicly and confidently, Jungkook flipped an ordinary gesture into a universal declaration of boundaries. Fans began recreating the gesture online, posting selfies with crossed arms under the hashtags #RespectJungkook and #IdolsAreHuman2. In a matter of days, the movement turned into a global call for respect toward artists' personal lives. His silence was louder than any speech, one cultural critic in Seoul observed. In that moment, Jungkook set a new standard for how public figures can assert themselves without confrontation. Amid the controversy, the reporter responsible for the question issued a brief statement, claiming that the inquiry was not meant to offend and was misinterpreted. However, the explanation only fueled more criticism. Fans argued that regardless of intent, the question crossed an ethical line, particularly given the pressures idols face around appearance and health. Online petitions calling for stricter media training and accountability began circulating, gathering tens of thousands of signatures in just a few days. Some South Korean media professionals also weighed in, admitting that competition among reporters often pushes them into asking provocative questions for clicks and headlines. But in this case, many agreed the line had been crossed. As of late September 2025, HYB has yet to issue a formal statement addressing the incident. Industry insiders suggest that the company may be carefully monitoring the situation, weighing whether to speak publicly or allow the backlash to subside naturally. However, some ARMY argue that silence is not enough. HYB must protect their artists more proactively, one fan stated in an online forum. If they don't set boundaries with the press now, similar situations will happen again when BTS fully reunites.